Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Good afternoon. Here is the national news from BGI TV Babagbagede Imo TV. I am Morire Rebila Lawal. First are the major headlines for the national news. FG to commence 30-kilometer Ikorodu-Shagamu Road rehabilitation in January. Ipman to get petrol direct from NNPCL. Religion has been turned into a weapon in Nigeria, but it's different in neighboring countries. Residents flee as Nigerian soldiers invade Ebonyi community in search of IPOB camps members. Tension in Ondo as hoodlums invade village, allegedly kill residents. Bandit killed Zamfara Monarch. And finally, 3 killed as gunmen bomb Inec headquarters. And on sports, Super Falcons to camp in Brisbane, Australia. The news in detail. The federal government, through the office of the Minister of Works and Housing, Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola San, has assured the senator representing Lagos East Senatorial District, Senator Adetokunbo Abiru, of the commencement of the Ikorodu-Shagamu Road rehabilitation by January 2023. This was disclosed in a press statement obtained from the Office of the Special Advisor to Senator Abiru on Media and Publicity, Eniton Olukotun, revealing that the minister made his assurance during a courtesy visit by the senator to his office at Mabushi, Abuja on Wednesday. Senator Abiru got the information during his visit to extend the gratitude of constituents of the Lagos East Senatorial District to the minister for his support and effort on the planned rehabilitation of 32-kilometer Ikorodu-Ikoti Road and accelerated work on the Ikorodu-Shagamu Road, which is almost completed. According to the statement, the minister assured that the project would be completed before the end of the President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. The Honorable Minister specifically informed the Senator that the Federal Executive Council, FEC, had approved complete rehabilitation of the Ikorodu-Ikoti Road. Fashola assured Senator Abiru that the total rehabilitation of the road will commence in January 2023. Moving on to the next story. Now, members of the Independent Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, are to get supply from the direct Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL. It was learned yesterday. Details of a major understanding between the oil giant and marketers came as stakeholders in petrol distribution chain stepped up efforts to end the lingering product shortage and soaring pump price. The nation observed yesterday an improvement in petrol supply with queues turning out at the filling stations, mostly owned by Major Oil Marketers Association of Nigeria, MOMAN. The price orbit around the regulated price of 170 naira per litre at the moment stations, but the IPMAN outlet were still taking advantage of the situation to sell above the regulated price at between 230 and 300 naira per litre. Many stakeholders confirmed yesterday that the NNPCL have agreed to now initiatives with new expected to break the supply clinches and close the gaps being exploited by others to inflate prices. Moving on to the next story. The Catholic Bishop of Sokoto Diocese, Most Reverend Matthew Kuka, and other religious leaders on Sunday expressed concern over the polarization of nation along religious and ethnic lines. Kuka was among the religious leaders who spoke at the Society of African Missions 166th anniversary Thanksgiving in Lagos. The cleric urged Nigerians to resist politicians with evil agendas in the 2023 general elections. According to the religious leaders, the vision have continued to serve as clogs in the wheel of the nation's quest for development and progress. The information reads, the theme of the event meant to sanitize Nigerians towards having credible 2023 general elections is conversion on the role of faith in nation building. Moving to the next story. Soldiers of the Nigeria Army are reportedly sacked Obiagu community in the Ishielu local government area of Ebonyi State, burning some houses. Sources told reporters that the soldiers invaded the community with 10 hillocks and armored truck vehicles with over 100 soldiers in the early hours of Monday, shooting sporadically and touching some houses. It was not clear why the military invaded the community yet. Meanwhile, one of the sources told our reporters that the invading soldiers were asking women and aged people for the location of the camp of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, in the community. Our reporters earlier reported that on October 13th, armed men suspected to be herdsmen invaded the community and killed one person. They also wounded 2 people and kidnapped 3 others, forcing the community to pay millions of naira as money to secure their release. Similarly, suspected armed herdsmen invaded the community on March 29, 2021 and killed 21 people. During the invasion, neither the soldiers nor police officers intervened in the attack that lasted nearly 12 hours. Moving to the next story from Ondo State. Tension and pandemonium on Sunday enveloped Kusheru village in Odibo local government area of Ondo State as some suspected hoodlums invaded the town, claiming ownership of the community. It was gathered that those who invaded the town claimed that the community is owned by the Ilaje people. Both men of the Amotekun security network and those of the police who were drafted to the town to restore peace were attacked by the hoodlums. It was learned that an unspecified number of people died in the melee, even as property worth millions of naira were destroyed during the violent clash. The Police Public Relations Officer, PPRO, of the State Police Command, Mrs. Fumi Odulami, who confirmed the incident, said normalcy has been restored and returned to the community after a communal clash. To the next story from Zamfara State, far north. Unknown gunmen suspected to be bandits have reportedly killed a traditional leader, Al-Adi Kogo Amza Abdullahi, in the Yankuzo Emirate of Zamfara State. A resident who pleaded anonymity in telephone interview with Daily Post explained that the district head was ambushed and killed by the bandit while going back home from work on Friday. The bandit attacked his vehicle and shot him 2 times in an attempt to kidnap him, he said. According to sources from the community, the monarch was killed around 8:30 p.m. The terrorists could not kidnap him, they therefore killed him and ran away, he said. Information gathered further said that the monarch was taken to Yarima Bakura Specialist Hospital in Gusau for urgent medical attention and later died at midnight. To Imo State. Some yet to be identified gunmen have attacked the Independent National Electoral Commission Inec office in Owerri, Imo State. Daily Post learned that the attack, which occurred on Monday morning, led to the death of at least 3 suspects. The gunmen who invaded the facility in large numbers were reportedly repelled by officers of the Nigeria Police Force and other security operatives in the area. According to sources, 3 of the hoodlums were killed, while one of them was captured alive. When contacted by Daily Post, the Imo State Police Public Relations Officer, Michael Abatam, promised to revert. Concluding the story, moving to sports. The Super Falcons of Nigeria will be based in Brisbane, Australia for the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup. According to information released by the Federation of International Football Association FIFA, the Super Falcons will stay at the suitable Brisbane Central Hotel. Randy Waldron-Sire will use the Lions FC Stadium, Brisbane, as their training site. The former African champions will face Australia, Canada, and the Republic of Ireland in Group B. The Super Falcons have qualified for all the editions of the World Cup and will be hoping to surpass their 1999 quarter-final feat in the next tournament. The competition is scheduled to take place from July 20th to August 20th, 2023 in Australia and New Zealand. That ends the national news. Before we go, some major headlines. FG to commence 30-kilometer Ikrudu-Shagamu Road rehabilitation in January. Ipman to get petrol direct from NNPCL. We're also brought to you, religion has been turned into a weapon in Nigeria, but it's different in neighboring countries. Kuka. Finally on sports, Super Falcons to camp in Brisbane, Australia for the next World Cup coming soon. For more updates on YouTube, our handle is Baba Gbagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell, select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Gbagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Gbagede Imo _22. For advert placement of your goods and services, coverage of events and functions, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen for advert placements only. Thank you for watching. I am Mori Rabila Lawa. Good afternoon.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.